I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection? Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me, let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step? Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself? No, baby, that is not my responsibility. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, love you, bye.
All right, guys. Sahel coming to you with another video. I just kind of want to circle around, I guess, circle back in regards to another reason why I left. I want to say it's not the same reason why the passport bros travel. That is not the reason. But in a way, it kind of ties in to that reason. So I'm gonna read this hadith, and then I'm gonna circle back and give a detailed, like a detailed kind of analysis of the hadith, and then go from there. You know, just go from the hadith. So the hadith, it says, and Ibn Abbas Maruf Marfu'a La'anna Rasulullahi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It says Mutashabihati min nisa'i bi rijali wa actually it says La'anna Rasulullahi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mutashabihati min nisa'i wa bi rijali wa mutashabihina min rijali bi nisa'i. And what that means is, on the authority of Ibn Abbas, Marfu'an, the messenger of Allah, alayhi salatu salam, curse women who imitate men and men who imitate women. And I'll read the commentary on this hadith. This hadith shows that it is unlawful for either sex to imitate the other. Such imitation causes deviation from the natural disposition that Allah has created upon, or created people upon, and it is an alteration of Allah's creation. A woman's imitation of men increases the secretion of male hormones within her over that of female hormones, and thus she loses her original female nature. Her husband will then not be interested in her and will desire someone else. She too will desire someone else. Likewise, when a man imitates women, the female hormones within him increase and he loses the characteristics and particularities of manliness. His wife will thus have an aversion to him, and he will have an aversion to her. Both of them will incline towards abnormality, and the community will morally disintegrate and will be internally destroyed. This in turn will indicate the ruin of the entire ummah and it's being deprived of the right to life. It will be swept away by deadly diseases, lethal, destructive illnesses. Nations are nothing but their morals. When their morals go, they go. So, with that being said, since being here in Russia, I haven't really seen like women like do outlandish things. I haven't really seen women like yell in public, talk derogatory to men. I haven't really seen that happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's just that me personally, I haven't seen it. Um, when a woman is greeted, you know, it's just a natural disposition, natural greeting, and that's how it works, basically. Um, Another thing too is that even arriving to Russia, um, I was picked up by two women. They, proceeded to not only pick me up, but exchange some rubles for me, like USD for rubles. And then they proceeded to take me to a kebab spot since, they figured that I have been eating since being on the plane, and the plane ride was 4 hours. Then after that, they found me a hotel and what have you. They based this on the fact that, I'm a Muslim, as they were Muslims too. So, with this being said, right, I've mentioned it in previous videos. I know I've mentioned it in a lot of previous videos, but in that commentary of the Hadith, when it talks about natural disposition being taken away, it is taken away, and I noticed that because, the men, especially the African men, especially men from my tribe, especially men from my tribe, definitely men from my tribe, we're supposed to be like stoic. We're supposed to be calm. We're supposed to be chill. We're supposed to be, I guess you can say, like, wired manly, like have a manly type of wire, even if you're thin, even if you're brolic, or even if you're just in between, What I noticed when I was in the US is this was looked down upon. It was looked down upon by the women, especially. And it was also looked down upon by the men a lot of the time because of the simple fact the men took on the emotions of took on women like emotions. Now, the ironic thing of it too was it was also looked down upon women because although women act like men or act like what they think a man is in the United States, they do so. They still, I guess you can say, how should I put it? They still think they deserve women treatment. I've said this many of times where I've said that, hey, you want to act like a ninja, I treat you like one. I've said that many of times. Now, in regards to this, it's just one of those things where in America, basically, attention is currency, and obviously if you have more attention upon yourself, even if it's controversial attention, you get praise for it, right? This is why this journey is going to be a little bit hard, because I don't like to be in the camera. It's going to be hard because, yes, I want to vlog. I want to show the journey here in Russia. I want to show all of these things, right? But I want to do it in a classy manner. I don't want to do it in a way that embarrasses myself, compromises myself. Okay. I guess you can say in the US, right? Not that I care. Since I enjoy silence, gives me time to think, gives me time to ponder. But I do enjoy meaningful conversations as well. And that's the one thing that was lacking in America, was meaningful conversations. But I guess now, of course, the challenge will be making these meaningful conversations in Russian, which I will be able to do soon enough, I'll be able to do soon enough, basically. Um, um, so when you look at these dynamics and when you see what's going on, I have so many different examples of different episodes of how the hadith is playing out. I showed you the episode in the beginning of this video where the woman admits she does not have to disclose her diseases with you. And I want to also say that there were women in the comment section actually defending this this behavior. They were actually defending it. So with this being said, it just goes to show you how morally decayed the West is, and yeah, the thing is I really didn't think anything was going to change there. And the thing is, it's just, it's not really attractive, it's not really, and I saw that dynamic, unfortunately. Like, you will see these manly women, most of the women have tattoos, most of them, they don't have soft voices, it just wasn't really appealing, it just, I guess you could say it kind of like, it kind of, yeah, it made my soul a little bit uneasy, I came to Russia with no expectations. I came to Russia, as political dissident / migrant. I didn't come to Russia as how can you say it, a tourist, I didn't come because someone says, "Oh, they're checking for black men out there." I didn't come for those reasons, I just came mostly to be at ease with myself. I came because, you know, this is actually encouraged to be quiet, be stoic. It's actually encouraged in Russia. And that's how it was in the States, but damn, they hated it so badly. You know, they hated it so badly. You would see my personality come out a little bit in the boxing gym, of course, you know, because we're kicking the stuff, you know, but outside of it, man, they just hated it. And, you know, I'm not coming back, you know. Swear to Allah, I'm not coming back, you know. That's the thing. I swear to Allah, I'm not going back there. Only reason I'll go back there is maybe to cover some kind of boxing event and also, you know, visit some people. But also the thing is, someone said also you should get a Russian passport. So I'm even preparing to keep my African citizenship and just forego my American documentation and just get a Russian passport, actually. So yeah, this is just, you know, a deep dive into that hadith, you know. And it just proves that Islam is the truth, you know. That's another thing. That's the most important thing. It just proves that, you know, Islam is the truth. Because everything that hadith says is playing out in the States. And so, yeah, man. I mean, the women are unbearable, but also, I hate to say it, but at times the men become unbearable because you're dealing with two factors in the United States. You're dealing with the mannerisms of the men, you know, who imitate women, but then you're also dealing with the men who think that by doing certain things, they're going to impress women. And sometimes, unfortunately, those men will do things even if it means at another's expense. And yeah, sometimes they try to do it at my expense, but, you know, I wasn't having it. You know, they learned the hard way. They effed around and they found out. But anyhow, that's all I wanted to say. Inshallah, maybe I'll have some video from Juma today. Maybe I'll film some coverage of Juma today. I don't even know what mosque I'm gonna be going to because someone's gonna accompany me. But yeah, inshallah, I'll do it. All right, it's full of something out. Inshallah.